Oh, shoot. Okay. Oh. Hi, guys. Welcome, welcome. Hi. So this is my part 2. I'm no longer in the bath, so I get to go live. All right. Hi, Flojo. From the bathtub. Girl, I'm out the bathtub now. Right? I am out. So, I just finished a personal. I'm going to do some more personals. Don't worry. But I'm not a machine. Hang in there. But I wanted to finish that chit-chat we had about karmic versus twin flame. Because it so rudely got cut off. Sorry about that earlier, guys. Let me just clean up my cards. To continue the reading. I don't even remember where I left off on that video, to be honest. It was a couple hours ago. I think, I don't know. You guys can remind me where I left off or what you guys want to know now, because I'm sure you guys watched it earlier. So, I'm going to do a reading too. A quick little DMDF reading. But I still wanted to answer questions about the journey, okay? About your guys' twin flame questions. What makes you a twin flame? Fame. See, I said fame. I mentioned it earlier about Capricorn and Venus. Fame. Somebody's getting famous. But anyways, my throat. Sorry, guys. Woo. Lord Jesus, give me some peace and help me deliver a divine message. I ask you to be with me here in spirit. Work through me. Work with me. You guys can hear me. Let me fix my microphone. You probably couldn't hear me very well. Okay, that's better. Let me fix that. Is that better? Okay. Hi, guys. Okay. So, anyways, lovely. Kono, hi there. What's the difference between those journeys, guys? I hope you guys watched part 1. For those of you that are just chiming in to part 2, and you're like, what the heck happened in part 1? It's the same videos, same picture. It just has the title without the part 2 in it. So I urge you to watch that. Okay. And guys, I'll be right back. Let me get aliens on. I'll be right back. On his iPad? Can you put, hey guys? I already put it on. Okay, he wants some aliens. Mom, what are you doing? I'm trying to finish my work, like I said. I take it down, okay? Well, apparently I need it now. I'm not going to be long. Daniel? Yeah. Little help here. Little help? Yep. This damn gate's got the better of me right now. I can't even do it. My thumb's acting like a screwed up wrench over here. There, I got it. Oh, that was hard to do. Thank you. Okay, sorry about that, guys. I had to put up a baby gate to give me some peace so he's not running in and out of the room. Whew, good Lord, help me catch my breath. Just give me a moment, guys. Whew, okay. Hi, everybody. Thank you so much for waiting. How rude. I am so sorry. But, you know, Mama Duty calls. I'm not complaining. I'm just saying. Okay, so let's go ahead and get on this journey. Talk. If you guys have questions, let me know where I left off that you want to know about. I believe I already cleared up the whole karmic. I believe I cleared that up. Karmics do not have any spiritual attachment. Karmics, and I'm going to just get a little bit more structured on that. If you are a karmic or you are with a karmic or someone that you are with is with a karmic, there is no spiritual structure. Yes, they could go to a church. They could be a religious person and go to a church. But if you notice, karmics don't have a real deep interest. Karmics don't tend to be really that into the church. It's like when you meet someone and they go, oh, I'll see you at church. And they'll be there for 2 hours. And that was a great sermon. Okay, what are we going to eat for lunch today? You know, they really don't want to dive in. They don't want to dive deep. So I'm not saying karmics aren't spiritual at all, and all of them are atheists, and all of them have no interest in spirituality. What I'm saying is they have no interest to get deeper. They're just fine with the baby food. They're fine with whatever plate you serve them spiritually. That's good with them. There's no interest. A lot of karmic people are sent here again in a reincarnation form, I feel, to serve a duty, which is to teach lessons. So they do come here in a little bit of a negative light. They do tend to do things that are kind of in the devil card realm. This will include cheating. This will include lying. This will include drugs. This will include meaningless sex. This can also include a lot of bad just habits, okay? Bad habits. Over drinking, over smoking, overindulging, laziness, greed a lot of the times. A lot of the times it's money driven. And sometimes it's completely benevolent. It's just, what I mean by that is there are sometimes karmics are nice people, but they just cause a divine person to be triggered and be stuck into some form of programming. Like I said, religions that are a little bit too programmed and they don't help you grow. So some karmics just keep you trapped. There's a little bit of that chain, you know, the devil card with the chain. I wish I could pull the devil card. I might just pull it out from my talking. But yeah, it's about being chained. Sometimes it's not evil or dark in any sense. It's just, hey, you're stuck with me and you're not growing. Let me pull that out so I can kind of have a visual for what I'm talking about. Does anybody have any questions on that as far as the karmic goes while I'm here trying to find the darn card? Does anybody? Hi, Karen, my love. Mandy, hello. Hello, hello, my lovelies. My beautiful, beautiful soul family. My awesome, beautiful light family. That's a good example of karmic. I don't know why, but this deck really speaks karmic to me. Oh, hi, Tammy. I love you. My little kisses. My little kisses. That speaks karmic to me. Yeah, if you guys have some questions, just let me know. Hello, karmic. Speak to me, karmic. Where are you? That's karmic. Aha. 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 I got it. I've got it. I've got it, my precious. I've got it. Okay. Serious note. So how can you tell if I'm not a karmic? How can I tell if I'm not a karmic? Raven, and I don't know if you caught me in my earlier chit-chat, but I did explain that in detail. But I'm going to just give you a quick overview in case you didn't. Karmics are not spiritual people in a very deep spiritual sense. They come into life okay with the way things are. They're very accepting, and they're not looking for anything deep. They're okay with the way it is. They're not seeking. They're definitely not diving deep infinite waters with Ralph Smart, okay? They are not diving deep. They don't care about Atlantis. They don't care about the history of our world. They don't care about light workers, and they just don't give a damn when it comes to soul ascension or chakra clearing. A karmic person just doesn't give a damn, okay? They don't. There's zero interest. Zero. Now, that's the truth. That's the absolute truth. Your twin flame is very different. Yes, they can be a stinker when it comes to being spiritual, but they have an interest, and you know what I mean. Because a divine person will have an interest. Even if they're pushing it aside and pushing it away and acting like there's no interest, they have questions. They read books about it. They have interest about it. When it comes up in conversation, they are curious about it. They may mention to you that they've been seeing signs, or they notice different things, or they sense different things. You'll also pick up intuitively that they also see you as intuitive. They also see you as psychic. So they'll give you comments and say, you know, don't pull any of your psychic stuff on me now, or, you know, don't read my mind now. You know, they're well aware. of a higher dimension and intuition. And a lot of times, divine people are very close with animals. A lot of the men or women that tend to act like they don't care about spirituality tend to connect very well with either animals or nature. And that's their way of connecting. It's a very physical. Look at that, 111 and 11 likes when I said that. They are. They want to connect with the earth or animals. They have a very hard time connecting with people. Sometimes divine people have a very hard time connecting with people. Okay, so there's another little clue. Okay, whoops, hopefully that's not too bright. Okay, that's better. All right, so I hope that explained a little bit of that. Let's see. Hello, brown sugar. Raven, you really appreciate that? You're welcome, honey. And please catch that part 1. Now, what I talked about with the chain, with the karmics, sometimes it's benevolent. Sometimes they're just chained to religion. This is what I mean right here. Let me hold these up. Sometimes you're in a karmic relationship and you're just stuck. You're not going forward and you're not going backward. You're just living. You know, you're just working. You're just going day to day. That's what I mean by benevolent. It's not a harmful thing. Sometimes people are just stuck in a karmic relationship and they're not growing. Okay? There's no ascension that's moving them forward. There's no spiritual push. And that's how you know you're with a karmic or somebody's with a karmic. There's no growing. You love how I say your name. Yay! So we're here to break those chains. You know, the spiritual twin flame journey is here to break those chains. How can I cut the cord with an ex-karmic that won't go away? You're going to want to pray about it. You're going to want to light candles, and you might even want to do a candle ritual that will cut them off. Okay? If you really want that. If you want to cut someone out of your life, you're going to do that. You can't do that with a twin. There's an invisible tie because that's your other half. But you can do that with a soulmate or a karmic. Those are very different because you're not spiritually connected. The reason I don't recommend anyone to disconnect and cut people off that's a twin is because if you are truly a twin, and you will know in your intuition, you cannot cut them out because it's like literally cutting your nose to spite your face. It's not going to help you out. Okay? My DM feels it deep and says it's nothing like ever before, but he keeps me at arm's length. Is this a karmic? No, that doesn't necessarily mean it's a karmic. Not at all. If they keep you at a little distance and they're keeping the karmic around, it's because you are, like I said earlier before I got cut off in my other video, there is some need to purge. There's a need to cure. There's a need to become more spiritual. You guys are growing. I'm going to hold this up. This is my plant here. So I planted this plant for a spiritual purpose. It started out as a root, and it's grown. Okay, it's grown. It's still a baby plant. Still a baby plant. And even though I see that it's shooting new shoots of leaves and it's growing, you see, I love it. I love this plant. It's healthy, it's vibrant, it's growing, it's just getting more beautiful, it's getting bigger. However, it's not my full plant. It's not ready yet to be a big blossoming, beautiful, luscious plant. I'm going to keep watering my seed. I'm going to keep watering this plant. And I'm going to keep watching it grow. Okay? And that's what you do in your twin flame journey. Just because you're not satisfied with the level of growth that you have right now does not mean you stop watering the plant. It means you keep watering it. Okay? Keep watering it. I also recommend, and I've done this before, I hate talking about rituals on here because honestly people freak out. But I'll just mention a little bit to you, okay? You just get a little piece of paper, okay, no bigger than the size of a card. And you're going to write the person's name and your name on top because you want to dominate the energy. You're the one making the request is what I mean. So your name, your birthday, his or her name, her birthday. You're going to want to write healing or reconciliation or whatever your intention is, okay? It's a seed planting thing I do. I write that down. I put it with Come To Me oil. I make my own. I recommend you guys. I considered selling them online, but that's too much work for me. I just don't have time. But you're going to want to charge it up in a full moon or an eclipse, which is what I do. And you put carnations and rose hips in there. You can put some essential oil, frankincense for protection. I even put a little blood in there sometimes of my own that holds my energy and my essence in there. But you're going to want to rub a little of that oil onto the paper with your intention, and you're going to want to put your hands on there. It's all about your hands and your intention. You're going to want to put your hands on there. You're going to want to rub that paper real good with your energy. Speak life into that paper. You know, like you're going to bring it up from the dead. Speak life and say, I claim it, I call it, this reconciliation or this healing or this whatever you want to happen with you and that person. You're going to speak it into existence. You're going to light a candle. You're going to also do the same thing with the candle. You're going to get that candle, and I'll show you here just real quick. Everyone don't freak out. Stephanie's not crazy. This is just things I do. Okay, here's a healing one. That's good. So I got my green one. So you're going to want, say you want healing in the relationship, heart chakra. You're going to want to write their name, your name, the same thing, healing, reconciliation, or whatever you want to write. You're going to want to sage this first, though. I forgot that step. Sage everything. But then you write all that information on there, and you're going to want to rub your hands in there real good. You're going to want to put your energy in there. Get real familiar with that candle, almost to where the point you're feeling it vibrate. You didn't want to feel it. You're going to want to speak life into that candle. You're going to also get that oil, rub it on the candle. You're going to tell the Holy Spirit to be with you and the archangels, especially Archangel Raphael for a heart chakra healing. And you're going to say, heal this relationship. Heal this relationship. It is healed now. And you're going to want to put 2019 or March or whatever date you want to put on there, okay? Then you're going to light that little puppy. Okay, you're going to want to sit there and light it. I usually light it with the paper under it. When this candle is done, I fold the paper to me 3 times towards me because I want this to come to me. And I wrap it. I bind it with black or red ribbon. I bind that paper to bind my intention, and I bury it. I bury it outside. It's a seed planting ritual I do with a new moon. I do that. And you can do that with money. You can do that with your career. You can do that with your children. Healing, whatever. You're going to want to bury it. You could even, for those of you that don't have a backyard, get a plant and bury it in the plant soil. That's a very good idea for a lot of people, actually. And then water that plant. Take care of that plant. Because the more you take care of that plant, the more intention you're putting into that seed you planted. The more intention you're putting there. And you're watching your relationship grow and prosper with that plant. A little white magic anyways. A little love I like to share with you guys. Something that I do that works. Okay? Anyways, I do that. If you're struggling, do that. Is it the answer to all your prayers? No, it has to have the whole enchilada. You can't just have the onions and a little cheese. You got to have the whole enchilada. You can't just set your intentions in desperation or anxiety or stress. You can't do that because then you're planting the seed of this and then you're going to get more of this. So never, ever, ever do any kind of magic. I consider it to be white magic. Don't do that if you are severely stressed or anxiety or depressed or desperate to reconcile. You never want to do that with desperation. Only do that when you feel confident. That's the seed you want to plant. Where's my confidence card? Where's my confidence card? Yep, Queen of Wands. Queen of no F's given. Confidence queen. She should be the confidence queen. She has no fear. Fearless. Fearless. The Sun. Leo again. More confidence. Doing the right thing. Libra, justice, doing it for the right reasons, not for your own interest, but for the best interest of everyone, for healing, temperance. Okay. What's another confidence card I like? Well, Jiminy Cricket, are you going to give me a card? Where's my damn card? Where is it? Where's my damn card? Maybe I'm not meant to have the card that I want. Well, that's another one, but where's my other card? Nope, nope, no, 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 no. Well, this is not actually a very confident card. She doesn't look confident at all. Nope. But the Nine of Pentacles in the traditional tarot is a very confident card. I usually set up a little card with my rituals. I'll get some tarot cards and I'll meditate with them as a visual and as a focus. And if I want something to manifest with my tarot cards, I do that with my candle as well. Reconciliation, I'll put my tarot card next to the candle while that lights, just for intention. So the universe knows I mean business. This is great for healing. This is great for healing also, but also reconciliation. This card is great for that. The Justice card next to it is great for asking for the truth to come out. If anybody's asking for honesty, if you're asking for justice, if you've been treated unfairly, this is a great card to set up next to something, okay? Confidence and happiness. Maybe you're asking for reconciliation and happiness and joy in your life. The Sun card. If you're asking for more money, the Sun card. You know, you can do all these intentions, but you have to do it with confidence. Never do those when you're lacking. Okay, so I don't know. I don't know where I'm ranting off with, you know, candle magic, but I hope that answered some questions for you guys as far as people that are really struggling. Another question, what color candles for justice? For newbies, I always recommend white because white is pure and it can supplement any color that you don't have. If you're not a newbie, there's specific days of the week to do specific colors of candles, and they mean specific things. So I don't want to get in that today, but you can Google that. But white is a general color for everything you want. It substitutes all the other colors. So white is great for healing, for communication, for anything. But I do recommend, if you want reconciliation, I do recommend this one thing for love. You're going to want a pink candle. Pink, always. It stands for heart healing and reconciliation and happiness and harmony. And you're going to want to do it on a Friday. You're going to want to light a pink candle on Friday. That is the day for Venus. That is the day for love. Okay? So it's going to be a Friday. Saturday is for Saturn. You're going to want to light a black candle to get rid of things on Saturday, and it will be a black candle. It absorbs darkness. Anyways, any other questions, guys? Let's see. What's going on over here? I can't read. Candace, you're welcome. Okay, so I think I've already talked a lot about karmics. So you kind of know they keep you chained. Sometimes it's really bad, and sometimes it's not that bad. Please watch video 1 if you want more information on the karmic situation that I'm describing. But you guys will know if you're a karmic or not. Because if you're seeking a spiritual journey and you want more than baby food, you want to have some steak and potatoes in spirituality, you're not going to settle for a microwave dinner. You're not a karmic, okay? If you're seeking truth, you're not a karmic. But you can get easily confused, especially, like I said in my other video, if you hear readings and a karmic reading sounds a lot like your situation, it can confuse you. Remember this rule of thumb, and I said it in my last video, I'll say it one more time. Always remember, when you are on YouTube and watching general readings, it is absolutely general and it's always reversible because the reader is picking up on your energy, his or her energy, and the karmic's energy. All of them are in one kit and caboodle. And there's no name tags. So when a reader is reading, it's like, here's the energy, here's the story. And we might say this is karmic, this is divine, but it's up to you because you're going to know where you fit in that story. Where do you resonate? So trust that. Also remember, in a relationship, there are times where you and your twin may mirror a situation. So, for instance, if, example, let's see, a wild example, your twin is breaking up with a karmic and you hear a reader say, it's over, it's the walk away, there's no love here, 8 of Cups, it's over. And you're like, okay, and you and your twin just got in a fight, huge fight. And they told you never to talk to you again, and it's over. So, and then you find out they're going back to the karmic. You automatically put yourself in the karmic shoes, and you say, oh my God, I'm the karmic then. No, don't fall for that. Remember, it is reversible. Also, please trust your intuition, because sometimes those readings are not timed. Sometimes that reading may be 6 months down the road. Okay? Sometimes those readings already happened. Sometimes, whatever. That happened to me a few years ago. I had a reading just like that. It was about, my twin leaving. And we got in a huge fight that day. And I was very emotional. And I heard about a breakup, and I freaked out. And I ended up actually calling him, crying, accusing him of leaving me. And I was so angry, you guys. And I'm going to tell you this little story, just 2 minutes, for confirmation for you, so you can try it out for yourself and see if it works for your karmic confirmation. So just bear with me for a second, please. I freaked out that night, and I ended up calling him and cursing him out and telling him I'm not the one for him. Good luck. Go enjoy your divine feminine. He didn't even know what the hell I was talking about. He was like, what the hell's a divine feminine? But I was so angry, I was just letting it all come out. And I was like, she's your divine. She's your everything. Go enjoy it. Go enjoy your happy life together. Woe is me. And I went to my room, and I cried, and I bawled my ass off, and I cursed God, and I cursed him in 5D. And I talked to him up there, and I said, I cannot believe you fooled me. And I was so mad at God, and I had a conversation with my archangels and my guides, and I said, you all fooled me. You told me I was on this journey. I felt it. I knew it. I had confirmations, the 1111, the journey. The psychic told me I'd meet this person and have a baby, the whole caboodle. You fooled me. How dare you? And if I'm not on this journey and I'm the karmic, then, get me the hell out of this. Just free me now. I don't want to worry about this guy. I don't want to cry. I don't want to have a broken heart. I've been here, done that with exes before. I am done with brokenness. I'm done with it. I'm done with brokenness. And I'm done with being, hurt in some way, shape, or form. Anyways, when I had this freak out moment and I was so upset crying, I yelled at the name of my specific DM in 5D. So I was literally, probably telepathically talking to him, to be honest. Telepathic communication is like a satellite. It's you connecting to the 5D person, and it hits back down to Earth. So it's like a satellite. It gives you the message in 3D from 5D. Anyways, I did that. And I'm going to shit you not, guys. I got a call. By the way, I forgot one very important piece of information. I put on I think it was an affirmations video from YouTube. It's on my faves list. It was balancing out the twin flames, and it was calling in your soulmate. Yeah, I think it was something about calling in your soulmate. It was an affirmation video, and I put it on. And I was trying to calm myself down. And I was convinced that if he was my karmic, I'd find a real love. I'd find my real love. And at that very moment, as soon as I put that video on, it hadn't been 60 seconds. And he called me right away, like that. And I forgot one other bit of information. I yelled at my divine masculine in 5D, and I said one very specific thing. I said, if you are my divine masculine, if you are, then you better show me a sign, because I am not doing this anymore. I'm not going to do all the work. I'm not going to struggle by myself. I'm not going to do it anymore. I'm giving up, and you take the wheel. You better show me a sign that you're in it to win it, or I'm out. If that is the truth, if that is the case. And I really specifically came down on him like the emperor, very hard. In 5D. And I released him. I said, okay, you're gone now. It's up to you, because this divine feminine is out. And I was convinced I was the karmic for him. So, I didn't have anything to lose. And like I said, I put that video on, laid down in my bed. He called me that very moment, and he was crying, and he said that he had a breakdown in front of his friends. Those very moments, he began to cry and sob out of nowhere in front of his friends. And he said he'd never done that before, and he completely lost it, and he broke down. So there is definitely telepathic communication. So my point with that story is I want you to try that. If you are struggling and you're believing you're the karmic, or you're believing this is not for you, you need to have a breakdown possibly, and you need to have a conversation in 5D, and you need to demand your counterpart to give you a sign. Okay? Because that's what I did, and it worked, and it was confirmation I am not the karmic. So even though I thought this person was leaving me, breaking up with me, and going off in the happy sunset to live a happy life with his supposed divine feminine, I was proved wrong. I got out of my funk, and I was put back on track because he showed me, no, I do love you, I do care, and I am sorry, and I am having a mental breakdown because of you, and I am so sorry. He didn't even know what he was saying sorry for. I really don't think his third dimensional physical body knew in consciousness why he was so apologetic, because he really hadn't been. So it wasn't even, if you can imagine like a possession, it wasn't even really him. It was his higher self jumping into his body, making him physically show me a sign here as I demanded. So you do have that power. It does work. It has worked for me. And I'll tell you what triggered me that day. I watched a general year-long 12-month forecast for his sign. And the forecast said all the big things he was going to be doing, all the things he was going to be experiencing. And it was a twin flame lady. And she had said that he was going to leave a karmic partner behind and reconnect with this secret divine feminine that he'd been struggling to be with. And they were going to have a nice life together, and how it was going to start growing, and how they were going to move in, and how they were going to do their own business and become more wealthy and prosper. So I heard this, and it completely triggered me, because I knew that was not my situation. I knew we were at a standstill. I knew we were trapped in things that needed to be healed. And I knew all of this. Yet I listened to the video and I let it trigger me. And I freaked out. So I want you guys to not freak out on those videos. Even mine. Do not freak out. Remember. It is a general reading. It is not for you specifically. You can pay for as many extensions as you want. It doesn't make it your reading. It means you resonate with it. It means your intuition says, yes, this is mine. And there's a lot of similarities and you can connect to that reading. But it's not your own. So if you are struggling and the reading does not fit you like a puzzle, if it doesn't fit you like a glove, and you're feeling sick to your stomach and shocked, pray about it. Pray about it. Cleanse your soul, cleanse your mind. Ask for a sign, because ask and you will receive. Knock and the door will be opened. You will get confirmation. I did. So I told you that story to hopefully help you guys. So if you are struggling in a karmic scenario and you're not sure about your place in this journey, I urge you to do that. I urge you to ask for confirmation, because it's not going to be me and it's not going to be anybody else that's going to tell you you are or you're not on this journey. Because the cards don't lie, I do believe that. They come out how they come out, and there's so much truth in them. But only you instinctively know who you are in that journey. And I'm going to give you a confession today. I am 100% convinced who my twin is. I know without a shadow of a doubt. There's not one sliver today to tell me otherwise. Even if my divine masculine was to tell me to F off and never see him again, then that's fine. It does not change the opinion or the fact that that is my twin. I am on this journey with him, and he has brought me to this place, and I will continue to grow. And I know what the signs are, and I'm not going to discount them. I will not discount my signs. I trust the universe, and I trust that. If that means I have to go on my journey alone for a while, then so be it. But actions speak louder than words. And 9 times out of 10, a twin flame will say a lot of shit that means nothing. Nothing but a pile of lies. And their actions say otherwise. So that's where I leave it when it comes to that. And I ask you to trust yourself and trust the universe on the answer you get. Because no one can tell me he's not. I could never believe he's not. I know he is. I absolutely know it. And just because you're mad at your twin does not mean, well, this is a false twin. It didn't work out. I didn't come into union. We didn't make it right now. So, nope, that's a falsie. It's fake. And he's a jerk. And fake. And he's a jerk. And he's a narcissist, son of a bitch, blah, 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 blah. Like a lot of people do. They sit there and curse the fuck out their person because they are so pissed off that it's not working. Well, and I told you about my checklist in my previous video. Did you go down the checklist? Watch my previous video if you want the checklist. But there is a checklist. And if you meet all those criteria and it's still not working out, then okay. Then walk away. But if you find yourself in a situation where it's not working out and you're not making those checklist marks, you're not ready, spiritually, emotionally, physically, then stop cursing out your twin flame for dumping out a cup of love that isn't ready in any way, shape, or form, prepared. If you are not healed, if you are not grown spiritually, you are not grown enough to trust yourself, then you're not ready. And that's why you're not together. And that's why they're still with the karmic. Because guess what? That karmic person, male or female, is triggering you. They are pissing you off. They are making you hurt. They are making you feel stuck. They're making you do candle work. They're making you pray harder. They're making you be more spiritual. They're making you seek more answers. So guess what? They have a purpose. They still have a purpose in your life and in his or hers. They serve a purpose. And when you guys figure that out, then you figure it out and you can move forward. I'm going to be 100% real with you. I'm not a reader to candy coat a nice little sugar coating fairy tale about twin flames. I'm not. Not everyone makes it. Not everyone makes it on this journey. And God gave me an example just now in my head. And I think it's the Navy SEALs. I don't know. I'm seeing the picture, but I don't know. It could be the Marines. It could be the Navy SEALs. But I think there's a class of 100 people that go in. And guess what? They don't all make it out. I think after 100 people go in, 30 come out, graduated, succeeding the boot camp, succeeding over their testing and trials and tribulations, because it's scary as hell. Like G.I. Jane, I don't know. Is it the Navy or is it the Marines? I don't know. You guys tell me. I don't know. They sound the same to me. They both go in the water. I don't freaking know. Anyways, there's something about ringing a bell. Whenever people are on the journey and they can't push anymore, they can't push their body physically anymore, they can't take the stress and the pain anymore, guess what? They run to the middle of that little boot camp and they ring the bell. And they go, I can't do it anymore. I ring the bell. I am done. I am done on this journey. And guess what, guys? That's okay. Do those people die? Do they lose their life and become, some destroyed person. No, they go on. They get married. They have kids. They have a happy life. Okay, so they didn't make it into the Navy, into the Navy SEALs. Okay, they didn't make it. That's okay. They're not going to have a horrible life because they didn't make it. But let me tell you something. It's a fact. It's an absolute fact. There's going to be a certain amount of twin flames born on this planet. Y'all are going to go into your boot camp. You're going to be tried, and you're going to have tribulations, and you're going to go through shit. And there's going to be people dropping out like flies the first go. Then there's going to be another wave. They stick it out a little longer, a little harder. But then they go because they can't make it. Everyone's ringing those bells. And there's going to be a few people that are in it to win it. And those people do not let shit get to them. They do not let shit tear their knowing apart. Those people who are going to make it know that they know that they know that they know who's in this journey with them. They are determined. And my right ear is ringing so hard as I say that. They're going to make it. They're going to be that Navy SEAL. And there's some scary shit when you're in the Navy SEALs. I think they make you swim in the ocean at night in California where there's freaking great white sharks. Okay? In the night when they're hunting. Okay? Swimming like miles in the freaking ocean. Not just near the shore, deep in the fucking ocean. That scares the shit out of me, guys. I am terrified of sharks. I am terrified of sharks, guys. Anyways, I would never do that. Never. I'd never freaking do that. Unless I had to save my children. I would never do that, guys. I would know it's a death sentence. I'm like, fuck no, you're not going to get me in that damn ocean. Sure as shit aren't going to get me in that ocean in the night. Are you freaking crazy? Yeah! They're freaking crazy. Anyways, by the grace of God, they make it out of there alive. By the grace of God. And a lot of those Navy SEALs say that. They say, I was praying to God the whole damn time. The whole damn time. They were praying to God that shark didn't snatch their ass up in that ocean. You know what? That's surrender. That is pure sacrifice. It's like you don't know if you're going to live or die. You're just going to go do it. You don't know. You don't know if you're going to come back on that shore. You kind of just say, well, here it is. If I die, I die. All right, I'm going to do it. That's freaking crazy, dude. And they make him swim under a huge ship with no air supply. So they literally have to jump off the ship, hold their breath for like freaking 5 minutes or some crazy shit. I don't know, 3 minutes, whatever. It's a long ass time. I sure as shit can't do it. Sure as shit can't do it. But they jump off that ship and they swim underneath the boat. I'm a Sagittarius, Aries, Cancer, Gemini, Pisces. Yep, that's what I am. Anyways, they swim under the boat. And anyways, if they die, they die. I guess if you die, you die. Sorry, good try. Huh. Pat on the shoulder. I'll see you in the next lifetime. You know, but these people are terrified. And they have to swim under that ship. The whole ship underneath. Can you imagine? Put yourself... Oh, my God. Oh, my God. I'm just thinking of it. I'm just thinking of it. They jump. The waves are roaring. There's freaking sharks down there. I hate sharks. Freaking sharks down there in the dark-ass sea. And they have to swim under this boat to the other side while the boat is still moving or whatever the hell. Oh, damn. I'm sorry. Whoever's a Navy SEAL, you kick ass. God bless you. Anyways, these people don't play. These people do not kid around. They're not jokesters. They do some serious shit, death-defying shit. And like I said, 100 go in, and about 30 people come out. 30 people graduate. Can you imagine the statistics there? 100 go in, 30 come out. It's a badass right there. Freaking badass. Nobody's gonna mess with that Navy SEAL. They're not afraid of shit. And whoever messes with that Navy SEAL, God help them. Because if they're ready to take on a shark, oh shit, they're ready to take on you. Bet that. Bet that. They have zero fear. They are a fearless beast. And that's what I'm telling you. And I'm not no Navy SEAL, but I am a fearless beast when it comes to this twin flame journey. I am a fearless beast. Beast mode. Beast mode, guys. And if you're going to make it in this twin flame journey, then I'm going to have to be that sergeant barking down your ass to tell you, get your shit together. Stop whining. Stop being a little crybaby. Stop being in your victimhood. Stop pointing the finger. Because this journey is not for babies. And it's not for little ninnies. And this isn't for the weak. You got to freaking be a spiritual warrior. What do you think a high priestess is? A joke? You think you do what? You just go to the beach and pull out your little yoga mat and, oh, this feels so nice. I feel the sun. Oh, the birds are beautiful. I'm going to bury my feet and I'm going to clear myself. And as soon as I purge my chakras, my love is going to meet me. And we're going to ride on the sunset on a beautiful white horse. And we're going to live till we're 100 and live happily ever after. Really? Really? Are you fucking selling yourself that story? Stop listening to those readers. It is not about just clearing your chakras. It's not about being a vegetarian. Okay? You can eat meat the whole damn lifetime you're here and it doesn't do a fucking bit of difference. I'm not here to sell you a sweet story. I'm here to tell you how to win. I'm here to tell you how do you succeed in this spiritual journey. You will. But you have to be a badass and you have to make it. You have to be one of those 30 out of the 100. You have to swim with sharks. You have to go underneath that submarine. You have to be death-defying. You have to be fearless. You have to get some gumption. You have to have some golden balls. You have to face your fears. You have to get out of your comfort zone. You have to do something different. You have to be honest. You need to get that mirror, that literal mirror, take a good long look in your soul and self-reflect. Because what you are seeing in that person that you don't like is a mere reflection of you. I don't care if they're a narcissist. I don't care if they're on drugs. I don't care if they have sex every day of the year because there's some fucking sex fiend, porn addict. I don't know. Maybe they do porns. Maybe they do porn videos. I don't give a shit. I don't know. Maybe there's some escort. I don't freaking know. I don't know what they do. But there's something twisted inside you because they're reflecting it. Maybe you have a sick sex side in your head and you don't even show anybody that because it's a secret. But you want to play like it bothers you so much. Oh my God, it fucking bothers me. This guy's a porn freak, a sex addict. He pisses me off. He's over there with his freaking karmic. It's stupid. It's meaningless sex. And then what are you doing at night? Are you looking at porn? Are you shaking that ass on the club floor? Are you a freak? I don't know. Maybe that's your secret. But I can tell you, they are reflecting a part of you. So you better get your shit right. And you better reflect in that mirror. What is it about you in your deepest, darkest secret? What's in that reflection? Are you freaky? You know, it doesn't have to be exact. Oh, well, he's having meaningless sex, so I'm a meaningless sex person. No. It means you have a lustful spirit, possibly. Possibly you have a lustful spirit inside that plagues you. Maybe you have a lust that you have not overcome. And on a deeper level, you may quite possibly hide your feelings through sex in some way. On a very spiritual level, which is a reflection, it may not be dark. You see how these reflect? One is dark. gross. One is almost dark and gross, but it's not. It's got a different kind of feel. They're both not happy, but one is much sicker than the other. So what I'm saying by a mirror, if your twin is doing something dark and reflecting that in you, you have something that is reflecting it. It's not the same exact picture. When you look at the number 27 on a piece of paper and you look at it in the mirror, it's going to come out reverse. It's going to come out reverse. So sometimes a mirror reflection is reverse. And God just gave me another message. If they are having an over-sexualized, over-drug addict, over-free kind of attitude, it's because you're completely the opposite. You have no fun. You are not sexually open. You're as freaking tight as a penguin's butt. Swimming in the ocean with your little flippers. What are you wearing, a swimsuit here? Why is your butt so tight? Why is there a stick up your butt when it comes to fun and freedom? Now, this person may be overdoing it. They may be overdoing it, but that's because you guys need a balance. They need to underdo it, and you need to updo it. There needs to be a balance between you guys. So keep that in mind when you're being triggered. When your person is a penguin's butt, you keep that in mind. Or when your person is a loosey-goosey, you keep that in mind. Maybe you're the penguin's butt. I don't know. That's your story. You're going to have to see what resonates for you. But there needs to be balance. And that's the same as religion. There are some people that are ultra spiritual, not religious at all. They could give two shits. And there are some people that are very, 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 very orthodox religious and heavy into the programming. Again, you guys are mirroring complete opposites. Now you have to come together and balance. You can't overdo it on any side. So keep that in mind when you're being triggered. There is a reason. And if you're not ballsy enough to look in the mirror and try to figure what that could be out in some way, shape, or form, it could be the complete opposite, or maybe there's a similarity. I don't know. Whatever resonates for you. Opposite, similarity, see what resonates for you. But if there's something in your partner that's triggering you, it's you. Also, it's not that it's your fault. It's not your fault. They're chained. It's not your fault. But they are showing you something so you can grow. Again, 100 of you are going to go in. 30 of you are going to come out. It's up to you who has the balls. I meet a lot of people every day, y'all, and they don't have the balls. They just don't have them. They got those damn little quail eggs. I'll do a little bit of work, but I won't do it all. I'll purge my chakras. I'll light my candles. But I'm not ready for the in-depth work that needs to be done in my soul. I don't know if I'm ready for that. What about your past life? Are you interested in clearing your DNA karma? Do you know what that is? If you don't know what that is, how can you sit here today and say you're ready for union? You don't even know what the DNA karma is, guys. You have no flipping clue. But you're ready for union. You're over here snapping your fingers and slapping that ass. Come on, come on, come on. Let's get in union. What's taking you so long? I'm ready, dude. What's your problem? What's your problem? I'm sitting here. I'm purging. I'm clearing. How long have you been purging and clearing? A year? 2? I don't know, maybe less than that? And you're over here snapping your fingers? Take a look around. There's been people here for years trying to get this shit straight. Now, I'm not saying you can't excel faster than some people. Because don't let me wring those people's ass that are in it for 10 and 20 years. I will wring your ass. There's a reason. And you haven't done shit on this journey. Don't come here and tell me you have. Because lighting candles and praying and visualizing doesn't do it. This isn't a freaking patty cake show. It's deep. And there has been signs for you to go deep. Don't tell me Archangel Michael, the badass general in God's army, did not come to you in your sleep. Do not tell me Michael did not give you signs to pick up your sword and get real. Make some cuts. Cut off your karmic relationships. Cut off your addictions. Cut off your victimhood. Cut off your codependency. Cut off that shit. Don't tell me Archangel Michael did not come in and show you that. Don't tell me Archangel Gabriel did not come in and blow that horn for you and give you signs and synchronicities and situations that were alerting you that something needs to be done, and it's not just on the other person's part. This is a dual journey. It is not a solo journey. However, you do have to solo do some work. Solo. It's like Top Gun. Top Gun and Goose. Okay? Goose was his little right wingman. You know, they're in their own jet, but he's got a wingman. They did some badass shit together in Top Gun, guys. But they're in their own jets. They're not sitting there behind each other 24/7. They're not Milli and Vanilli 24/7. They are sometimes. Oh yeah, you can be Milli and Vanilli and have fun sometimes. You bet your ass you can be peanut butter and jelly, 2 peas in a pod. Yes, you can. That's awesome. And that does happen on this journey a lot. But there are times when you got to get in your own jet, your own Merkaba, your own self-ascension journey, and you have to start healing the deepness inside of you. You got to get to the core. There is a core. And sometimes spiritual people don't get to the core. They only peel back a few layers. A few layers. Maybe 1, maybe 2, maybe 3, maybe 4. You're pulling out a couple layers. But you don't get to the core. So I'm not going to resonate with everybody tonight. There's probably going to be people freaking out. But like I said, I'm not here to sugarcoat this journey. If you want to get real, let's get real. I know what a twin is. I know what a divine soulmate is. And I know what a karmic is. All I'm asking for you guys to do is to listen to the call. There is a call. It is in your heart. It is in your intuition. You hear it in your dreams and you see it there. You see it every day in the signs and synchronicities that you fall upon. Feathers in the road, crows in the road, numbers as you're driving, numbers as you look on your phone, movies that pop up that give you a message, people that talk to you that you run into. It's not for no reason. Your soul journey has a path. And I talked about that. Please watch video 1 on your astrology chart. You have a path. Your astrology birth chart talks about a map. It is a map about your life. Everyone says there's no instructions to this life. Yes, there is. But are you soulful enough to find that? Because it's in your birth chart. You need to look at it. You need to dissect it. Watch my previous video. I talked about it. Get that scalpel and start dissecting who you are. What does your chart say about you? When you were born, what's your rising sign? What does that mean? What the hell is a rising sign? Some of you guys watch my channel. You're like, okay, I don't know what my rising sign is. But yet you're wanting union? You don't know what your rising sign is, but you want union? Oh, God. Where do I start? How can you be on this journey and ready, but you're not ready? I don't... Okay, I'm going to just tone down my fire here for a minute. Look. North Node is the karma you need to deal with today while you're alive in this body. That's your North Node. That is Rahu. It's going to be trials and tribulations. You find out where Rahu is. All right? Whatever house it sits in is going to be the area of your life that needs attention for karmic clearing. Can you clear it while you're still alive? Yes. That's what people are here to do. They're here to clear it. Does everyone clear their karma in every life? No. That's why people come here hurt, injured, disabled sometimes, or they come here paying for the karma from their past life. That's a whole nother story, guys. You guys have karma from your past life that needs clearing today. And you got to deal with your karma that you're building up today. So you got 2 layers of karma that you got to deal with. So you got to get on the journey. You got to start picking up that skeeth, whatever, it's that slasher, that knife thing, and start chopping it away and dealing with it. Hack away the issues that need to be dealt with. Ketu, South Node, that's your past life. Where does your South Node sit? 12th house, 5th house, 4th house? I'll just pick one, random. Okay, you have Ketu in your 4th house, the house of family, your literal home. It's your literal home and children and wife and husband and family. It's your married life. It is a moksha house. It is about peace and prosperity and what you have. And if you have Ketu there, your family's going to be split up, possibly. You might have already been divorced, or you're in a situation that you're already separated from your kid's father. You're struggling with keeping a roof over your head. It's always a problem. Something always gets separated. There's always ups and downs. Okay, Ketu is not going to be very nice sitting in that house, especially if you have Scorpio there and Ketu. Could you imagine? Could you imagine the pain of a family life there and the pain of keeping a home? Example, a lot of people have past life issues to deal with. A lot of people with Ketu in the 4th house are homeless, or they will be homeless at one point in their life. Okay? So there's a little bit of karma. You have to pay for that. Maybe because in your past life, you did not appreciate the home you had, or you got rid of your home, or you left your home and abandoned your family. For whatever reason, it could have been greed. It could have been you fell in love with someone, that you weren't in love with someone else in the past life, and that person cried themselves to death over you. Okay? You don't know why you're going to suffer now, struggling so hard to keep it together. But listen, we all have karma. And if we don't remember, which 99.9% of us don't, we don't remember our past life. You don't know what you did to accrue all this drama. Something happened. If you want a clue, just a clue, look where Ketu is. I'm sorry, your South Node, for those of you that do not study Vedic astrology, and I urge you to do that. Please try. But anyways, if you want to clear that up and purge it out so you can come into union, I suggest you start with your astrology chart. Anybody that wants to start coming into union, the first step for you to start doing is look into your astrology chart, your birth chart. That's step number 1. That's baby food. That's the basics. Okay? You got to do that. You got to know what your rising sign is, your moon sign is, and your sun sign. What the freaking heck does that mean? What is the difference between them? You got to understand the planets. I mentioned this in my other video. Please watch it. What does Jupiter mean? What planet is ruling your life? Because believe me, those planets are affecting you today. Jupiter, Saturn, Mars. Okay, the moon. What major planets are ruling your life? They're the lowest degree in your astrology chart. They're the lowest degree. Those transits are going to affect you, and you have to work with them. For me, it's Saturn. How do I appease Saturn? Well, I do a couple things. I have, it doesn't have to be a Buddha, but you can use any little piece of a shell or some kind of a candle holder or something. But there's remedies you can do in Vedic astrology, little remedies that I do. This is Eastern astrology. I believe when I was in a past life, I must have been from India because I'm very attached to that culture, and I'm totally not, but whatever. Anyways, you get 3 pieces or 3 kernels of black pepper, 4 kernels of rice, 4 little things of rice. You can pour milk in there. I meditate with that and I say prayers. I light a candle in front of that every day. Saturn loves hard work. So I dedicate myself to ritualistic prayers to show him that I'm dedicated. Saturn is also not a very happy planet. He works very well with Ketu. He's about destroying, and it gets worse for me because I have to deal with Mula Nakshatra, which is pretty bad. It's about destroying things and rebuilding them. So, yeah, the destroyer. Okay, it's not fun. Okay, my nakshatra is not fun. My life has been a series of towers since birth, which is my karma. I have to deal with it. But I also see in my past life I was very spiritual. My Ketu is in my 9th house, and it was in the sign of Pisces, and it was very spiritual. So I know my past life, I had some knowledge. I did have some knowledge about spirituality and esoteric knowledge and traveling, and I did live afar and all of that. So I do know that. Now, whatever I did back then to have all this trauma, that's up to God. But at least I know that I need to heal that, and I need to focus on getting myself out of my comfort zone. My one piece of advice for you guys is to get out of your comfort zone. And I'm going to try to break this down in like 10 seconds with Ketu, so you guys understand what that is, because somebody said, what's Ketu? Ketu, by the way. In Vedic astrology, there is a snake. There's the head of the snake and the tail of the snake. It's an axis in your astrology chart. It is also known as the North Node and the South Node, which is the shadow side of the moon. So behind the moon on the shadow, there's the North Pole and the South Pole, kind of like we have here on Earth. They both represent energy. The North Node is what you're supposed to gain. The South Node is what you're supposed to let go of, heal. The tail of the snake has no head. It doesn't care for anything. Your South Node, wherever it sits in your astrology chart, gives 2 shits about attaining wealth, marriage, happiness, success. It wants to cut everything out. Ketu, the tail of the snake, wants to cut all of it away. It only wants moksha. It only wants enlightenment. It only wants spirituality. That is all Ketu wants. All the South Node wants is moksha. It's spirituality. It is enlightenment. It is ascension. It desires only spirituality. It is like those monks that go out, like even Buddha, they have no home, no family, no food. They just go on their spiritual quest, wanting the Lord to take care of them. That's Ketu, prime example. The monks and the Buddhists and those people that just dedicate their lives to spirituality only. Mother Teresa, there's another example. Ketu, completely. It's just, she must have had some very spiritual sign with Ketu, like Pisces or something. She must have been very spiritual because, again, you give up your whole life. You give up your whole life for Ketu. And that's what Ketu wants. But that's your past life. So you'll see what your past life was. Some people have a spiritual past life. Some people don't. Sometimes people have Ketu or the South Node, say in Capricorn, in the 10th house. Okay, they're in Aries rising. Okay, so they've got Ketu there in the 10th house in Capricorn. So their past life, they were rich as hell. They had a lot of money. They had it all. They had success. They had money. They could have been political. Okay, they could have been very into politics, running the show. They could have been royalty, especially if it's if you have Ketu with Leo. Maybe Ketu's in your Leo. There's a Leo there in the Magha Nakshatra. Magha. Yeah. That person could have been very important in a past life. Royalty. King and a queen. A lord. A prince or a princess. Okay? That person, and that's why a lot of astrologists do your readings and they can tell you who they think you were in your past life based on your chart. But you can look at that yourself and follow your own intuition and give your own analysis, because only you will know, you will remember. And I'm not going to go on and on about that. All I'm saying is it's about destroying your past life karma. So you have to take care of that. Ketu is bringing to the table what you already know. Now, one prime example with Ketu is jobs. People that have jobs, have you ever noticed that you come into a field and you know it very well? It comes naturally to you? I have. It's spirituality, obviously. It's very natural. Also, working with homes and houses and that kind of thing, very natural. Sometimes you guys find your fit, your niche, and it's something you always go back to. So have you ever noticed that you've gotten out of your shell? Even in relationships, you go out of your shell, you try something new. You try skydiving, or you want to move to a new place and you feel really uncomfortable because you don't want to leave your family, but you do it for love. So that's Rahu. Rahu is to gain and to do things out of the box, out of your comfort zone. That's Rahu. He pulls you in an opposite direction of what you already know. Ketu is your comfort zone. That is your comfort food. That's mashed potatoes and gravy. That's freaking chicken noodle soup. That's a big cozy bed made of feathers and down and fluff and an electric blanket. Ketu is your comfort. Everyone goes back to Ketu. Okay, south node of the moon. Everyone goes back to Ketu. That's what you know. So you have your natural gifts where Ketu lies. That's your natural gifts. It could be in the realm of Libra. Maybe you have a natural gift to be a lawyer or a judge or magistrate, whatever. You have a natural gift to be a police officer or a natural gift, to work in law. Maybe you have Ketu in Virgo. You have the natural gift to be in the military, a police officer, a sergeant. Maybe you have the natural gift for all of that. Maybe Mars is in Virgo with you and you have a natural gift with your hands to fight enemies. These are people that are strong police officers, strong soldiers. Oh, hell yeah. They got Mars in the 6th house in Virgo. Oh my God, especially if they have like a Leo in the 6th house with Mars. Dear Lord, Aries, these people are the snipers in the military. These people are those Navy SEALs. These people know how to use weapons. These people are built for that. Okay, these are the samurais back in the day. Samurais and very, war-driven people. And anyways, they defeat their enemies. So you have to see where your past life lies. And then once you figure that out, once you figure out where your past life is, you guys can move forward and see Rahu and say, what am I supposed to gain, God? What am I supposed to do in this life? Say you have Rahu in the 1st house. Difficult placement. Rahu in the 1st house? Ketu in the 7th house? That's a very hard placement to have. Example, I'm not even going to confuse you with the planets because that will really throw you for a loop right now. But if it's in your 1st house, okay, you got Rahu in your 1st house, you're supposed to pay attention to yourself right now in this life. If you have Rahu in the 1st house, Ketu in the 7th house, it means in your past life, you gave to everyone. You sacrificed your life for your family, for your spouse, for your children, for your work, for everybody else. Because if you look at the 1st house and the 7th house, that's the 1-7 axis. The 1st house represents you, yourself, alone, your body, yourself, you. That's totally you right there. The 7th house is the people that are across from you, the people that matter the most to you, the people you see every day, consistently in your life. That's the 7th house. A lot of it's with work. The 7th house can be your career, the people you see every day, especially if you stay in a job for 20, 40 years, they're in your 7th house. Your spouse is in your 7th house, the 1-7 axis. Anyways, so if you have Ketu there in the 1st house, in Aries, you're supposed to pay attention to you this lifetime. And you'll find yourself in a very peculiar predicament. If you have that in your house, you'll find out right now in your life you struggle with giving yourself attention. You struggle spending money on yourself. You struggle taking care of yourself. You struggle because you're always giving, giving, giving. It's going to be out of your comfort zone to follow Rahu and start giving yourself some love. Sometimes you find it difficult, but you have to conquer Rahu. And there's going to be a lot of illusions. Okay? A lot of illusions. You're going to be like this a lot with Rahu in the first house. Plus the first house represents your head. Your actual head. Your brain. So if you have Rahu there, yep, you're going to have a lot of illusions in your head. You might think you're in a specific situation and you're not. So again, it pays you a lot to pay attention to your chart. So you're not being a finger-pointing judger all the time at everybody. You can see your chart and say, uh-oh, I have Rahu in my first house and the moon is there? I have moon and Mars and Rahu in my first house? Well, shit. Maybe I am a little crazy. Maybe I am a little worrywart. Maybe I am a little bit of an exaggerator and I see a situation and I make it a lot bigger than it needs to be. Maybe I am a little bit insecure. You know, it makes you feel that way because Rahu is full of illusions. But you're supposed to conquer that. That's what you're supposed to do. So how do you conquer these things? You start meditating. You start researching your chart. You have Pluto in your first house. Well, I know right off the bat you don't study Vedic because Vedic doesn't talk about Pluto. Vedic doesn't talk about Uranus. So I know you're into tropical. So if you have Pluto in your first house, research that and make sure that's the kind of chart you want to follow. Pluto in tropical does rule Scorpio. So wherever Scorpio is will affect your first house. So if you have Pluto in your first house and Scorpio sits in your ninth house, you're going to find what really transforms you is going to be religion. It's going to be religion. It's going to be spirituality. If you have Scorpio in your fifth house and you've got Pluto in your first house, something that's really going to transform you is going to be your children. Your children or your romantic partner. I think sex would probably really transform you. You'll probably see that through sex or through children, your life is going to change who you are. So you have to pay attention to where that is because they all work together. It's a lot of information, guys. I could be here for freaking 100 years talking about it, but you guys can do this on your own free time and Google all this information and start researching. And the best channel, once you Google your chart and you get what it is, then you're going to want to follow KRS, Learn Astrology, or Joni Patri if you prefer her energy and the way her style is. Okay, Joni Patri or Kapel Raj Kapel, my bad, on KRS channel. And they'll talk specifically about each house, each placement, every pada, every nakshatra, every detail, and you can study your own chart. It's going to take you probably months to really study your chart. It's no easy thing. When I studied my chart, guys, I was a freaking hermit. And that is why the Hermit card comes out. And I want to talk to you about that real quick because that's part of the twin flame journey. You have to be hermit mode. You have to be hermit mode a lot of times. And I don't think I've really ever explained what that is because hermit mode is no joke. It's about being alone in your own world. It's about seeking within the deepest depths of knowledge about yourself. It's about learning the depths of your soul, learning your past life. It's about going alone on a journey. And people do hermit mode a lot. Okay, and this is just example, what I did here in this hermit mode. I was alone, guys. When I was looking into my chart, secluded. Okay, my kids were at school, and Matthew wasn't born, but I was basically alone when my kids were at school, and I would sit there, guys. I'm not lying to you. I probably swear to you, 20 hours a day. I hardly slept. I was researching astrology day in and day out. I'm not going to lie, and I'm a woman, I'm a clean person, but let me tell you, when I was looking into my chart and learning astrology, I had a quench, a thirst, a hunger that was not quenchable, and I was never satisfied, which is Rahu. Rahu is obsession. Rahu will never be satisfied. He has no stomach and no body. He is a head with a mouth, and he ingests and devours things, and he's like Pac-Man, okay? Freaking a head and no body. Looking for something. Always wanting more and more and more. It's obsession. It's great. It's great to have when you have dedication to learn something. Just don't, learn how to work with Rahu. You don't want him to overtake you. But that's Rahu. So I had Rahu there, guys. He was pushing me so hard to gain my knowledge. I hardly showered. I was freaking the hermit. I could have been a monk on some mountain, literally. If I didn't have kids, I probably would have been a monk on some mountain. Dude, I'm not even kidding. I am not even joking with you at all. I hardly showered. I was sitting there smelling like an onion. I was sitting there smelling like an onion, guys. On the computer, I have freaking notebooks full. And I've gone to college. I've spent 8-hour days at a college, taking notes, doing my class. Never did I have the zest for learning like I did then. Never did I write down notes with the energy and passion that I did then. Never. I never had that passion. When you really have a thirst and something that you want to learn about yourself, or a thirst for knowledge, you don't eat, you don't sleep, you don't shower. You are a straight up hermit. I'm not going to tell you not to shower. I mean, God, you guys are probably better at this than me. I have a Rahu moon, so that makes me a little bit more crazy anyways. Not everyone has a Rahu moon. That's a very difficult placement. I don't recommend that for anyone, but I do. So it's probably not so bad for everybody. But for me, it was an extreme. And I researched it day in and day out, 20 hours a day, 15 hours a day. I would wake up and I would jump on that computer and I would freaking Google everything, suck in videos, suck in information. I paid for classes. I freaking attended a week of like 8-hour classes just to learn astrology. And I'm like, oh my God, I can't get enough. I'm still thirsty. So then I found KRS and I wanted to learn more details. Then that wasn't enough. That was not even enough. So I was like, okay, I've learned my chart, my kid's chart, my ex's chart, my lover's chart, my mom's chart, my dad's. I've studied everybody's chart. I need more. What the hell am I going to do? I need more. So I started looking, more into tropical. And so I learned everything there was to learn about tropical astrology. Pluto, the placements, the degrees, the cuspers. What does that mean? What does this planet mean? Blah, 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 blah. And so I was freaking out. And then I was like, okay, so now I know tropical and Vedic. What is the difference between them? Why are they at war with each other? Which is right, which is wrong? So I started looking into more videos and getting more information and reading about that. Okay, I ordered books online, The 27 Gods by Vic Dakara. He has that book about the deities and the devas for the nakshatras in Vedic astrology. Then I had to get books on the planets and what they meant and their transits. And I was like, God, am I done yet? Do I need more? Yes. And so I did, guys, and this is what you're going to be doing. It's a journey. You're going to freak out. You're going to go hermit mode. You're going to be seeking knowledge. You will find a thirst and a hunger for knowledge about you and this world and this life and the afterlife and this journey. Maybe you won't be as crazy as me. Maybe I am crazy. I'm a crazy cat lady. I don't know. Maybe I am crazy. But I'll tell you one thing. I learned. And I am where I am today because of that knowledge. Had I not seeked it out on my own, I wouldn't know what I know today. I wouldn't be so firm in my belief. I question everything. I question religion. I question tropical. I question Vedic. I say, who's looking at the stars? I want the truth. I want to Google map the stars. Where the hell is the moon right now? How come they say March whatever is this sign, but then Vedic says it's this sign. Prove me right. Because I want to know who's the liar. I want to know who's full of shit. And I'm going to follow the right one. Because I am not just a little blind following sheep. I am a truth-seeking beast. And I will get to the bottom. Like I told you guys, I obsess about the truth. I get to the bottom of it. And there's a guy, he's Italian, something Bonachelli or something like that. I'll put it in the comments. Something Bonachelli. He's awesome. And he went in, he's like 70, guys. He spent his life really studying. I should really start reading my comments. Jill, I do. I've commented to all my comments. I have replied to over 225 comments in one day. And do you know how exhausting that is? Now I know why a lot of readers disable their comments, because it's a lot to read. And I am one of those people that has my separate app, sees all my new comments, and I love it, and I like it, and I reply. And a lot of you can vouch for me because you've gotten my replies. So I will watch my replies, but I am on it. I always reply. It might take a few days, but I reply. I'm not a machine. Okay. So, I lost track there on that. He doesn't believe in any of this, but he is interested in meditation and consciousness. That's beautiful. That's, like I said, the twin flames do have an interest. They have some kind of an interest in astrology or, learning about themselves. They have an interest. It's the karmic people that have no interest at all. I am crazy, Mandy. What did you say we needed to look up? I don't know. I said so much, guys. I've lost my freaking track of mind. I feel like I just yacked y'all to death. I'm just going to leave it there, guys. There's a lot to learn in your astrology chart. Please start learning it. It's going to take you months, Let me see. Steph, what video did you say we need to reference for the chart reading? Afrosense, good question. Tropical, you can go to whoever you want. There's 100,000 million bazillion tropical astrologers out there. There's a couple particular good people that I really trust. I wish I had my iPad or another phone to get her name. Let me see if I can. No, do I have it? Yeah, hang on. Let me see if I can get it. Got one iPad. I'll get you tropical, but for Vedic, it's going to be Joni Patri, and it's going to be Kapil Raj, or Raj Kapil. I always get him backwards. They're amazing. They're absolutely... Oh, I have to relog into the internet. I just got new internet today. Shoot. Listen, I'll put it in the comments when I'm done. But anyways, if you're looking into Vedic, they're on point. They're so detailed. I wish she had longer videos to explain deeper. And it's just amazing. Like I said, guys, that kind of research is going to take you months at least. And that's when you're dedicated. I was 100% dedicated. Somebody here mentioned on my channel, who are you, honey? You're a guy. I forgot your name. You have long, dark hair. You said you were feeling really lethargic and lazy. I gave you a comment. I was trying to help you on that. Spirit's trying to put you on a hermit mode to research. You have the opportunity to learn, so do that. You're being urged to do that. Sometimes also when you get in a very low energy kind of situation, your body's trying to regenerate because you've probably done some major research or purging and you're cleared out, and you need to recharge yourself. You need to realign your body with spirit because you're drained. Anyways, when you are in this hermit mode and you guys are learning, it's going to be an undeniable an undeniable thirst for truth. This is what this is, an undeniable thirst for truth and knowledge, an unstoppable force inside you that is shoving you in the direction to learn, to grow. So any twin that picks up this card, very important. You are being asked to go deep, deep, deep inside yourself. You are being asked to look into those esoteric teachings. You are being asked to look into astrology. You are being asked to look into any kind of deep secrets about yourself. Get some revelation. There's some very deep hidden truth, but it requires one thing. The Hermit card is not going into a church. He's not going into a building. He's not going to someplace comfortable. He's not on his bed, praying on the side of the bed with his knees on the floor, praying to God for strength or knowledge. This person physically got up and out, got dressed, has a cloak and a shroud to protect him from the elements because it's cold and it's dark. Sometimes it's rainy. Stephanie, are you supposed to be my teacher? I don't know. But, this guy's protected here from the elements, and he's alone. He's not bringing anyone with him. He knows this is a solo journey, and he's trusting one guide. And it's that flame inside him, that little flame, that light is his little light in his heart. It's a little knowing. It's a little piece of God. It's a little piece of source. It's a guide. Okay? He's trusting, and he's following, and he's taking the steps he's guided to take. Whenever I see the Hermit card, I don't just think of Virgo, I think of Sagittarius and Capricorn, because they are the seekers of obstacles and the seekers of truth. So anyways, this is a very deep card. But when you guys get to this point in your journey and you're trying to come into union, you're really going to want to do that. You're going to want to find this stuff out. So if you guys are struggling, and I think where I was going with this is where you guys were struggling trying to get into union, and maybe some people are still dealing with karmics, there's things you can do. There's things you can do. You don't have to sit back idly by. You don't have to sit down and wait. Get your shroud or your jacket or whatever and go on a solo journey while they are busy with that karmic, learning a lesson, coming to their own conclusions, seeing the grass isn't greener on the other side. You have something to do. Get on your shoes, get on your jacket, start walking. And what do you do when you walk? You take step by step. You just keep swimming. One step, then another, one foot in front of another. It's a dark road and it's foggy. You don't see the end. You don't know where the destination is. You've got your headlights on, but you can't see the road in front of you. You don't know if it goes to the left, it goes to the right, it goes up a hill or down a hill. You don't know where the road is taking you. You're just in the dark, in the fog, going step by step. You can only see 5 feet in front of you, and that's it. That's just keeping swimming. Keep taking those steps. Just take that action. Stop whining. Stop hoping. Stop visualizing. Start walking. Start doing it. I always say, guys, don't talk about it, be about it. And my dad told me that. Steph, don't talk about it, be about it. I don't want to hear your shit. My dad would actually tell me that. I don't want to hear your shit. I just want to see it. That's all. You don't have to waste your time talking to me. Just show me. And I'm going to tell you, sometimes your twin is triggering you to do just that. Stop talking about it and start being about it. If you're wanting your twin to take action, well, take action. I feel like he's sacrificed himself somehow. Interesting. Everyone has their own journey. I'm going to do a little reading on that, but everyone has their own journey. If you're a divine soulmate and you're not a twin, you are a whole person. You have 50% masculine and 50% feminine inside you. You are not half a person. You are 100% whole. So you're perfectly capable of moving on from your soulmate and having a full life and not feeling drawn back to this journey. If you are drawn back to that person in some way, shape, or form, and there is psychic things happening to you, phenomena, this is telepathic, this is going to be dreams, this is sexual, astral stuff going on, this is different communication, it's very psychic. If you're experiencing that, you know, there's a good chance you're a twin. But if you're not, and you're just able to move on, then that's okay. You can be a divine person and just move on. You don't have to tolerate this. Don't force yourself into a twin flame journey if you're not sure. And if you're not sure, please go hermit mode. Search your astrology chart. Who is your spouse? What is your destiny? Ask God to give you a sign. I did all of those things. So I'm not just talking about it. I am about it, guys. I'm not just preaching to the choir. You know, I am freaking telling you, I've done this. I know. You're talking to someone who knows without a shadow of a doubt who their twin is. I will never be led astray. I will never be taken away from this journey. Never. Even if this person does not unite with me, I know what I am. I know who I am. Until you get to that place, you're not ready. If you are not in that place, guys, you are not ready for union. So stop looking for it to happen in front of your eyes. You need to get there, because if you are not 100% about your person, you're not ready for this. You have doubts, you have fears, you have illusions, you have work to do on yourself spiritually. You have things you have to learn and know about spiritually. You know, you guys you're on a mission, and everyone has it different. Some people have to travel the globe. Some people need to go see Egypt. Some people need to travel out of the country and learn spirituality somewhere else. I see it in people's charts all the time, especially if they have prominent planets in Aquarius or prominent planets in Sagittarius. You're meant to travel. You are meant to travel. And if you have not begun that journey, you're not going to come into union. There's people that have these things that must be fulfilled. If you have not cured your karmic debt from the past, and through some kind of DNA activation and some DNA karmic clearing inside yourself, if you have not asked God or the universe to take whatever your ancestors have inside of you or with you that is plaguing your family, a lot of Christians call this chain curses. Chain curses. It's in any religion. It's about a chain. It's about a link to your ancestors. You carry karma through your DNA. So there's going to be clearing from your past, clearing from your history, clearing from your ancestors. Clear that, you know, get rid of it. Clear your past life. Whatever you did in your past life, make peace with it. It's not hard. It just takes you to be a hermit. It takes you to have a thirst and go quench it. If you're not following the cues or the steps you're guided to take, then you're just talking about it and you're not being about it. And that's my point. But yet everyone that's doing that is like, where's my union? Where's my union? I don't know. Where's your spirituality at, honey? Where is it? How good is it on a level 1 to 10? Where's it at? One more question. And if you're just chiming in, I told you I am a no bullshitter. I'm going to get straight to the point. That's my Aries moon right there. Straight and blunt to the point. I'm not going to baby you. Do you have faith in this relationship? How strong is your faith? How strong is your faith? If you cannot move a mountain, are you still going to have faith? If your person does not come after 2 years of purging or 4 years of purging, how deep is your faith? And the song that just came to me is the Bee Gees, How Deep Is Your Love? That's a nice song to think about in a very serious moment. I'm just shuffling, I mean. I've got the Chariot. It's about spiritual journey, and the Chariot is the Merkaba. It doesn't look like it, but in esoteric knowledge, it's the Merkaba. It's a spiritual ascension. This vehicle is those two pyramids together, one masculine, one feminine. It's the Merkaba. And it's both energies coming together. I know it looks different in tarot, but the way I envision it in my head is the Merkaba. If you guys know what that is. It's the two pyramids coming together, making that star. That's the Chariot. It's masculine and feminine working together, ascending on their spiritual journey, ascending to a higher level. It's very much a twin flame card. And that's why there's a flame with this lotus. It's about an enlightenment and an awakening. It's about the World card also. It's about combining both of those energies, your masculine and your feminine, and coming together forward. Whenever I see this in a reading, I know there's reconciliation either on the way or it's happening now, because you both would not be moving forward without that key ingredient. Yeah, so how deep is your love, guys? How deep is your love? I love it. How deep is your love? How deep? And remember, how deep is your love for yourself? How deep is your love for Source, for God, for the universe? Is it deep? How deep is your love for your person? Also, is any of those energies balanced? Do you love your person more than you love Source or God? Do you love your person more than you love your children? Do you show it differently? Do you give more of your effort and yourself into your relationship than you give to your body, your health, your home, your spirituality? Do you give more? Is there a balance? Are you Libra'd? That's a new word. Are you Libra'd? Are you Libra'd out? Who here is a Libra'd out? Who here's got it on balance? Because if you do, please tell me your secrets, because I don't even have that shit balanced. I'm still working on that. There are days that I have not meditated. There are days that I slack on the laundry. There are days that I just don't have it all together. There are days that I work so hard to finish my readings and get back to my emails and I'm drained. It's a tough balancing act, guys. But I know what it takes to get there, and I know it requires balance. Am I there? No. That's why I'm not in union right now. Have I been in union? Yes. I know how to get there, and I know what it takes. But I kind of tell the universe I'm actually not quite ready yet. Look, just talking about Libra and balance. I do tell the universe that I'm not quite ready yet. It's funny, I'm the feminine, and I'm saying that, and I'm not a runner. I'm just saying, I'm not ready yet. I'm not quite ready. And I'm okay to say that. I'm not. And guess what? I know he's not. And I'm not saying I'm not because he's not. I know the truth and I accept it. And I realize, okay, this is my truth. There are things that need to be balanced. I get that. And I'm okay with it. I'm at least to a point to take the steps to balance when I wobble. Exactly, Andrea. And that's doing good. That's just keeping swimming. As long as we know the steps to get balanced, we'll get there. And I described that in one other video. It's like doing an algebra problem. You're not going to look at an algebraic equation and know the answer right off the bat like you would know 5 times 5. Oh, I know that answer. But an algebraic equation, you look at it and you go, nope, I don't know the answer. But guess what? You know the steps. You know how to solve what? You know how to do you have to go in the parentheses first. You solve that equation, then you get that answer, then you add it to this other equation, blah, blah, blah. So it's about taking those steps. Am I right? So yeah, it's not easy, but if you know the steps, you know how to get there. Okay, so this is shuffled. Lord Jesus, please bless these cards and give them meaning for this reading. Give them a good, healthy energy. Precious psycho relationship status. Broke up. It's irrelevant. Soul status is what counts. That's the challenge. Yeah, it's the challenge of not caring. Your journey is about you, but yet if you're a twin, it also involves them. So it's a very difficult balance. A soulmate is very different. They can just balance perfectly 100 on their own. It's very, very difficult to balance when you're a twin. And a lot of you who are in this understand what I'm saying. I hope I have a few twins out there that understand what I'm saying. It's very difficult. It's so complex. It's so complex. How do you do your solo journey and love them at the same time? It's like you have to be a rocket scientist. You have to have all these abilities that are so difficult. It's so hard. Go ahead. Oh. Okay. You're welcome. I'm hurrying up. I'm almost done. I know I'm yakking. I'm almost done. Whatever. It's a very difficult journey. The best way I can explain it from what's in my head, and I'm trying to get it out in words. It's a checklist, like I mentioned in my previous video. It's a checklist. Is your spirituality in order? Is your home in order? Is your job in order? Is your spiritual growth and your personal time in order? Is your life in order? Checklist, 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 checklist. Then, after you've finished that checklist, there's another checklist. Are you lighting candles in prayer for healing for you and your love? Do you have a vision board? Do you manifest this reality? Are you optimistic at this point? How is your faith in this relationship? So it's like you're balancing two different lives. That's totally Two of Pentacles. Totally Two of Pentacles. You're balancing your own solo journey and you're balancing that journey. And in one journey, you're not supposed to give a shit and care about this journey. But at the same time, you're supposed to care about this journey and feed it and nourish it and nurture it. So, again, it's a very complex situation for twin flames. You have to balance both and actually manage your feelings. And do you know how hard that is? I do. I do. And I think a lot of you do. And sometimes it kicks your ass, and that's okay. That's okay. Sometimes it confuses you, and that's okay. Sometimes we need to do an 8 of Cupper and walk away and take a breather. That's okay. That's perfectly okay. You got to do whatever what you need to do. You will be guided in those steps. Okay? Divine soulmates don't have that problem. This is where I'm trying to get clear to part the waters between twins and soulmates, divine. There is a very clear, definitive difference. Divine soulmate, your journey, my love, is to only worry about you. Not to worry about them at all. Because you have no connection. That's half of you. You're connected because you're in a relationship. You're brought together divinely by God. You are meant to meet in this lifetime. You are meant to be together in this lifetime. And you are meant to learn and grow together in this lifetime. But it's not that severe. It's like you get diagnosed with a cold versus cancer, okay? It's quite a different diagnosis. Well, you have pneumonia and you have a deadly tumor. There's two different diagnoses. The divine soulmate does not have to worry about the juggling between that person and themselves. The divine soulmate only needs to focus on their own journey, and that other person will mimic, and they will do the same. They will do the same. They will worry about themselves. You will worry about yourself. It's kind of like Will Smith and Jada Pinkett Smith. He said, I'm not supposed to make you happy. And she said, you're not supposed to make me happy. Let's fill our own cup. Now, twin flames are very similar. Fill up your own cup. Give yourself self-love. Because you can't bring an empty cup to a relationship and say, please fill my cup. Mine's empty. I need you to fill my love up. You know, twin flames, you know your journey. You know that's part of it. That's totally part of it. But with soulmates, it's they don't have to juggle what's the right word? Twin flames have a little extra work because while they're trying to balance and maintain self-love, they are to balance and maintain a healthy amount of healing and love and energy to the other party. Throughout the rejection, cruel words, karmic energy, triggers left and right, these are things that harm you, and you're meant to ingest those things and transmute the darkness into light. So you kind of have a little bit of extra work. It's like being in the honors class. You're in the same grade with your peers, but you're in an honors class. You have more work. You have a little bit higher of a calling, as far as you have a little bit more on your plate to handle spiritually, which is fine because that means you are evolved enough to handle both plates. You are called on this journey because you do have it inside you to juggle both plates well. But like I said with the Navy SEALs, not everybody makes it. 100 of you are going to go in and 30 are going to come out successful because it is very hard. That's the twin flame journey. But soulmate journey is very different. You have one plate, one cup. Focus on that one plate, on that one cup. 111 minutes and 11 seconds when I said that. That's the truth. That is completely aligned with the faith. I know it. I don't have any doubts. I don't care who comes at me with whatever degree and whatever blah, blah, blah. I know it's real. I know it's true. I know what God tells me. I know what Spirit tells me because I get chills when it's true. I get a knowing. I feel confident. I feel good. I feel satisfied. I feel like my Sagittarius energy has been satisfied with the seeking of the truth, and I feel like I've hit the needle on the head. I know it. That's just a knowing I get, and I know that's the truth. Soulmates are supposed to only fill your cup. You're only supposed to follow your own path and your own journey. That's it. You are not supposed to juggle that other person. That will make you an unbalanced person because as a soulmate, you already have 50% masculine, 50% feminine inside you. You are one being. A divine soulmate is one being. A twin flame is not. This is one being. My example. Hematite, one being. This is the divine soulmate. They're whole. Here's the twin flame, in case anyone wants to know what the heck I'm talking about, because there's so many different views out there in this world. Look at this. You see that? That's because one is feminine and one is masculine. This table's metal, so let me get something better. Okay. Okay, there you go. Divine soulmates are yin and yang as well. This is better. Divine soulmates, you're yin and yang. You have a nice balanced match. Amethyst and crystal quartz, a nice balanced match. Yin and yang. Divine soulmates, you have a specific partner that highlights your attributes and makes you better. They help you shine. Yin and yang, divine soulmates, you're perfect for each other. You bring out the best in each other. You're going to find someone that brings out the best in you. That's a divine soulmate. 2 of them right here. Divine soulmates. Beautiful. Beautiful. Spiritual, loving, healers. Awesome, awesome. I love that. Here's the twin flames. You are unfortunately born on this planet with half of who you are. Half. And that's why I laugh when I see people comment, we all have masculine and feminine. There's one guy particularly, he always follows so many different people's channels, and there's one guy, and he's always like, we all have masculine and feminine in us. He clearly has no idea what a twin flame journey is. He still has a lot to learn. But yeah, this is the difference. You're born here, like I said, yin and yang. You have feminine energy here with a dash of masculine. Just a dash. Feminine and a dash of masculine. That is the yang. I mean the yin. That's the feminine is the yin. Then you have the yang. You are born here with a masculine energy, male or female, but you have a masculine energy. You were born here with that in your body. You have a dash of feminine. So that's nice. You guys have a little bit of both going on. That's good. You're living your life. Everything's cool. You're experiencing karmic partners. You're learning this. You're learning that. You're learning and gathering knowledge as you live. Beautiful. You're learning your karmic lessons. Uh-oh. Now, all of a sudden, out of nowhere, you meet someone that suddenly, choop, fits you perfect. Oh my God, I've never felt whole in my life till this person. This person makes me feel different. I feel like I'm growing. All of a sudden, it's like you just took a bite out of that apple from the forbidden tree. You took a bite out of that apple, and now you are aware. This is my best example that I can go, so just run with me, guys. Adam and Eve. They took a bite out of the apple. They didn't know they were naked before they ate the apple. It's not literally an apple. I know it really wasn't an apple, but bear with me, guys. Let's not go into the to the specifics of the reality of Adam and Eve. Please, not today. But for the sake of it, just go with me. An apple, okay? They went and they ate the tree. They took a bite. All of a sudden, boom, they know they're naked. They have a knowing. Can we say recognition? Whoops. Can we say recognition? You have an instant knowing. Kundalinis, boom, they're together. Okay, we're twins. Something's going on here. It's crazy. I'm getting spiritual dreams. I'm seeing multiple numbers. I am seeing crazy things. All these prophecies that I've known all my life are coming true with this person. If you've dealt with psychics and they foresaw it, if that happened, that will happen. All of a sudden, you're more aware of your psychic abilities. All of a sudden, you're like, oh my God, I want to know about Adam and Eve. I want to know about the esoteric knowledge. I want to know about ascension. I want to know about meditation. I want to know about chakras, blah, 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 right? Right? You want to know about everything. So you know that. You met this person, and all of a sudden, you're on this journey. Life seems pretty sweet. You're in love. You make love. Life is good. You feel great. And you're excited. You have this strange excitement. Let's go on this journey together. Chariot. Let's go. Let's go learn about life. Let's go be spiritual. You both help each other grow and heal. They're going to talk to you about their history. You're going to talk to them about yours. You're going to help heal each other from some pain. You're going to be like, this is my person. This is my person. They have, just like this little picture here. See, this is my person. Oh my gosh, look at the card underneath. Hello. Huh. Chemistry. This is my person. You guys are going to be learning like this. All the magic inside you. All the power you have. You're going to be awakened like Adam and Eve. Awakened. You know so much now. You can't go backwards. Adam and Eve can't say, well, can we just go back and not eat that apple, please? Can we just go backwards and go back to the way life was? No, you can't. You can't. Now you know. Now you know. So I'm not going to harp on it, but I'm going to tell you something. You're going to get triggered because you have more to learn. Why? Because you have to do the Hermit. You have to go on your solo mission. You have to go solo for a while. Okay? Top Gun and Goose now have to separate and kick ass in their own jets. You have to balance your masculine energy, and you have to go balance your feminine energy. Now you have the tools to do it. Now you're learning how to figure out that algebraic equation that you don't have an answer to. So now you are here alone, solo, figuring out the equation. How to balance this energy. Not just one energy, but yours. At the same time, you're praying and helping this person along, and vice versa. Energetically in 5D. That's why it's always a Holy Trinity, because you guys are one spirit on earth, but split into two, and up somewhere in 5D, in another dimension, you are whole. So there's a triangle here. There's the triangle. It's the Holy Trinity. Okay? It's spirit and body. It's I don't know how to explain it, but that's what I mean. So twins, you're here to do this, balance your energy. Once you've mastered these things about yourself, and like I said, you've done the hermit stuff, you've gone solo, you guys have mastered how to do your own jet, your own Merkaba. You know how to handle a whole feminine energy really well. And this person knows how to handle the masculine energy very well. And you guys know how to have a business, and you know how to heal, and you know how to be psychic, and you learn your gifts. It's like both of you are telling each other, hey, babe, did you know I have a psychic ability? Yeah, I can see into the future. Did you know that I'm empathic? Cool. Yeah, I do. So you guys are going to go on this little solo journey like two kids going off to college, and you're going to come back together. Once you've mastered these gifts on your own, you're going to come back together, and your reconciliation now more powerful, more educated. It's like you went through your schooling. You've mastered the divine masculine and the divine feminine side. Okay? And now, in reconciliation, look at all the magic they have. So much magic. You guys have power now. You have power to heal people. You have power to bring up the energy on this planet. You have power. You have ascended. So you're 100%. Now you guys can come back into union because you're perfectly safe. It's safe for you to love. Both of you have done the work. Both of you are ascending. It's safe now. You guys can come back together in union. Those are the people that are coming together in union. Those are those people for eternal union. Now, there are some people that come into union for a season to kind of regain energy, regain strength, get a reconnection, get the passion going. It's kind of like a boost. Let me grab it. I'm going to show you another example. I love that my neighbors are smoking and it's coming through the vents. That's lovely. All right. So I have this little battery pack and I charge it up. And that's you guys. Sometimes twins have a temporary union where you need to charge up. So you guys are running on low. You're depressed. You're sad. You're just having a hard time. Sometimes your prayers, affirmations, and visualizations call your soulmate back to you. If you're ready for union because you've done all that clearing, you're ready for eternal union. But some of you aren't. Some of you just come into union to recharge that battery because some of you guys lose faith. Some of you guys start to doubt the journey. You doubt the beauty of it. You doubt the passion. You doubt the journey. You're not clear about this person. A lot of times this happens to masculine energy. I'm not going to lie. Masculine energy, which tends to be the runner, tends to come back to the feminine for a reboot, a recharge. And that's okay. Spirit gives you a break. They're kind of like, okay, you guys are struggling. You're having a hard time. You did some work. Good. You did some work. You did. You're trying to heal your past. You quit that job. You told your karmic that it's not working out. Good. You're taking the steps you're guided to take. You're praying. That's awesome. But maybe you're struggling in finances. Maybe you're struggling in how to manage your family. Maybe you've experienced a death. Whenever these things happen to the twins, you will call each other back into existence. And you will come back into union to recharge, to gain strength, because the journey still requires more. So some of you guys need to do that so you can continue your journey. So that is something that does happen, okay? It's just a reboot. It's a recharge. That's when you get to come into union and get physical, get intimate a lot of the time. Sometimes that union means a reconnection with the phone, like communication. A lot of times that 10 of Cups means communication. You guys are coming back together and recommunicating. Okay? So union is very different for a lot of people. But I'm here to give you the honest facts. I'm not here to candy coat and tell you, every union is cupcakes and rainbows. Okay? Every union is not going to be the whole enchilada. Sometimes you get half of it. Sometimes you just get the meat and the tortilla and the cheese, but you don't get the sauce. Okay? Every reconciliation and union is not what everybody paints it out to be. Okay? Some unions, somebody said, is 5D. Yeah, sometimes that's the case because you're very spiritually behind. Okay? Because union does not always look like that. I'm trying to show you a darn picture. Can I please, Lord, get the picture of union? Okay, there's an eternal union. It's a nice union. I need another one. Where's my other union picture? Aha! Okay. Now I'm in business. So this is a charge up union. This is moving forward. It's you guys coming together, masculine and feminine, moving forward. You're recharging your battery, and now you guys are moving forward together again, confidently, sexually, beautifully. I love this. It's being together, and that's good. And you guys can stick it out together, or sometimes you go, Goose and Top Gun, you go solo. That's okay. But it's about moving forward together. And then sometimes union is reconciliation of the family. You guys are back together and it's permanent. It could be permanent. It could be the bringing together of the family and growing because you have achieved all of your cups. You know how to handle the Ace of Cups, which is self-love. You know how to handle relationships because that's the Two of Cups. You know how to handle the Three of Cups, which can sometimes be how to be happy around other people, even third-party situations. You know how to handle Four of Cups, rejection. Okay, rejection and pushing away and not being satisfied in love. You've mastered rejection. You know how to handle Five of Cups. You've mastered apologies. You've mastered self-reflection. You've mastered grief. You know how to heal from grief. Okay, you know how to master Six of Cups. How to miss someone and get back in touch with them and reconcile. And the Six of Cups is about acknowledging your soulmate, your divine soulmate or twin flame. It's about acknowledging who they are to you. So good. Now you mastered Six of Cups. You've mastered Seven of Cups. Okay, you've mastered illusions, desires, confusion. Okay, you've mastered these things. So now you made choices, tough choices, and you've mastered making the right choice. That's Seven of Cups. And then you've mastered I can't talk. You've mastered Eight of Cups, which is walking away from someone you love to seek your own happiness, not theirs. So now you've mastered that. You mastered more self-love and the power and the strength, the number 8, the power and strength that is required to walk away from something you hold dear for yourself because you're going to put yourself first. So then you master that. Then you go to the Nine of Cups. This is a journey, guys. It's a journey, okay? Then you get through the Nine of Cups and you master self-love, happiness, success. You master how to be independent. You master how to be happy alone because a lot of people don't know how to be happy alone. Many, many people are just not happy alone. So you have to master the Nine of Cups. All right? Enjoying life by yourself. Then you get it. Once you get all those different things that you have to go through and learn and achieve, 10 of Cups. Now you guys can come together. And that's kind of the journey in a nutshell. Okay? You have to master all those. Now, like I said, some people need to recharge. They haven't mastered every cup. Maybe right now you're mastering rejection. Maybe right now you're mastering how to reflect and apologize or move forward. Maybe right now you're mastering how to reconnect because you're too scared. Maybe right now you're mastering the Eight of Cups, how to walk away fully, energetically, but still love that person. So, I don't know what part of the journey you're on. That's going to be you to answer. That's your own intuition. But I am here to tell you, if you're on the journey, you know it. If you're not, you're not. You will have a knowing. And if you don't, ask God for a clarification. Ask God for clarity, and talk to your divine self. Because when you yell at your divine masculine or feminine in 5D, you're yelling at yourself. You are telepathically communicating. There is a satellite giving you both that information and communication, and you will get an answer. You will get an answer by phone, text, or in person. So take those steps. Don't talk about it.